More than 2,000 students are learning Hindi in Singapore currently. Some of these students got together to perform lovely items for the 22nd anniversary of the Hindi centers recently. The Hindi Society of Singapore had a grand anniversary celebration a few weeks ago to mark its 22nd anniversary. Community leaders, dignitaries, parents, teachers and students were all there at the Republic Polytechnic to be part of it. Minister for Transport and Second Minister for Foreign Affairs Rear Admiral Wee Tak Yew was the guest of honor at the event. A stunning display of cultural performances with the theme New Horizons were presented by students representing various Hindi centers in Singapore run by the Hindi Society. Instrumental, vocal and dance performances of different genres captivated the auditorium full of audience. The performers represented some 2,300 students learning Hindi at 60 schools during curriculum time and at 7 Hindi centers during weekends across the island. Mr. Louis gave away the prizes to students who scored distinctions in last year's PSLE, O, N and A-level Hindi examinations. Members and volunteers who have made significant contributions to the society were also honoured at the event.
Hindi is the third most widely spoken language in the world, after Mandarin and English. And learning of Hindi is therefore beneficial, not only to you, but also to Singapore, especially in relation to our international trade with India and in other parts of the world where the language is used and understood.
The minister commended the Hindi Society for restoring the Mahatma Gandhi Memorial Building and the Mahatma Gandhi Library earlier this year using its own funds. The Hindi Society is housed at the Mahatma Gandhi Memorial Building. It was officially opened to the public in January this year. Hindi classes are conducted here for adults who are speakers of other languages. The interest in learning Hindi is growing here with the changing economic climate where India is one of the rising powers in Asia and the world. I spoke to the president of the Hindi Society to find out the challenges faced by students in learning Hindi in a predominantly English-speaking nation like Singapore.
Local-born Indian students have difficulties. Some of them have some difficulties in learning the language simply because they tend to be speaking more in English at home. And therefore, that requires greater level of motivation, making it more fun and enjoyable. And therefore, our teachers are trying to make it more fun and enjoyable for them to learn the language. That is normally quite critical in the early years. Once they have got the love of the language, in the later years, we notice that when they go to secondary school and later years, then they just take off. They go on their own steam. They really require motivation in the pre-primary and primary levels especially. And that's where the difficulty is for them to learn the language because many of them don't come from, Hindi-speaking homes.
Apart from facilitating Hindi classes all over Singapore, the Hindi Society is also playing an important role in imparting Indian culture to its students. It was evident at this event which showcased diverse artistic talents of students from Hindi centers in Singapore. It was also a good time for Hindi speakers to get together and enjoy an evening with family and friends while watching their children perform. What do you like about Indian Beat? Send us your feedback. Our email address